Hi YouTube, this is Minnie. Welcome back to my channel, Beauty and Worship. Today I'm going to be doing another book review that I wanted to share with you guys. I have just finished reading a book called Former Rain by Vanessa Miller. Now she is an author that I have read one other book from. The other book that I read was a part of this series called the Rain series, and I didn't know that it was a part of a series at the time. I try to avoid reading books that are part of a series, especially if that book that I'm looking at is like in the middle of the series. I always like to try to go back to the beginning and then work my way up because I don't like to kind of come in the middle of something. I really enjoyed her book. Vanessa Miller is using her writing abilities for ministry. So she looks at it as a ministry, and in her books, some people will consider like a preachy type book, whereas you have the scriptures in there. Some of the characters might quote scriptures. Some of the characters may even go to church, and the pastor is doing this in-depth preaching, and so you're getting the message. And I enjoy that about this book and some of the other books that I've read in Urban Christian, where you get the message. I know some people don't really like that, but I enjoy it. That is a part of this book. Basically in this book you just kind of follow these two couples. One of the couples is Elizabeth and Kenneth. They are a married couple. They've been married for about 7 years and they're really struggling in their marriage. And so the other couple that the book centers around is Nina and Isaac. And they are kind of on the outs with each other. They have a past relationship, but they are still kind of connected to each other. So you see the two women actually get saved. They form a relationship with Christ, and so you can just kind of see their journey as they interact with these two men. Like I said, Elizabeth is struggling in her marriage with her husband, and they're going through a lot of hard problems. And so in her journey as a Christian, you just kind of see how her relationship with God helps her to just kind of get a different view of her marriage and her husband. And so it just kind of goes from there. And then with Nina and this guy Isaac, he's not her husband, but he pretty much was everything to her as far as he provided for her. He was a gangster, so he pretty much bought her anything that she wanted. Cars, he just provided for her. And so then when they go through this whole situation and then she actually gives her life to God, it's like he's no longer the it person for her. You know, God is that person for her. So he is kind of dealing with not being that, you know, the apple of her eye anymore. God is. And so you just kind of see their journey as well, and different things take place in the book. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it's definitely a book that I enjoyed. One thing that I really appreciated about this book was at the end, there are questions from the author that are like questions that would be a discussion for any book clubs. And so I see this a lot in a lot of the urban Christian type books that I read. But the thing is, she also had scriptures referenced. It was more like a Bible study type thing. For example, let me see if I can show it to you guys. So it's like she's asking questions about Isaac here. She has scriptures down here. I thought that was really different. I've never seen that in any of the other books. They have just the questions, but you don't really see where the author has put scriptures in there as well. So again, she is really using this as a ministry. Another thing that was interesting about this book that I saw this in the last book that I read of hers, and I was like, I just didn't know how I really felt about it. She gives personality to some of the angels that are involved in the book, because you have the spiritual warfare thing going on. You know, you kind of see their personalities a little bit. I get it because she's a creative person, so she has that creative license to do that, but it still kind of makes it doesn't seem as real when you give them personality. That's just my point of view anyway. She has a couple scenes where there's a heaven scene and then there's a hell scene. One thing that I will say though, in the hell scene and even in the heaven scene, if you are a Christian and you have read or heard messages about what heaven is like and what hell is like, what she says does match some of the things that I've read and heard from other ministers as far as what heaven and hell is like. So I don't knock her for that at all. It's just the personality. It's just the angels' conversation that kind of makes it just seem kind of weird to me. I shouldn't say weird, but just different to me. But I really enjoyed this book, and I'm going to finish the series. I already have the second one. I can't wait to start reading it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you will go on a journey yourself and reading, because reading is such a great way to relieve stress, to expand your mind, to give you a greater way to think about things. You know, you get a chance to really kind of see things in a different perspective. And so thank you for watching this video, and I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye-bye.